Your stomach wakes you up before your eyes do. Not hunger like skipping a meal. Hunger like your body forgetting what full feels like. You sit up. The fire is out, and there is nothing left to eat. For most of human history, this wasn't a bad day. This was a normal Tuesday. Today, if your fridge is empty, you order food and it arrives in 20 minutes. For roughly 300,000 years, an empty stomach meant something else. Get up or don't eat. Maybe don't eat for days. You're not panicking. Panic burns calories you don't have. Instead, your brain goes quiet. Focused. Anthropologist Richard Lee spent years in the 1960s living with the Jew/Huansi people of the Kalahari Desert, tracking how they responded to lean days. They didn't spiral into desperation. They shifted into calm, methodical problem solving. Panic gets you killed. Calm gets you fed. You step outside. The sky is orange. Your first move isn't to hunt. Big game is slow to find and easy to fail at, and a failed hunt costs energy you can't spare. So you look down instead of out. Roots, insects, shellfish near water. Anything slow enough to catch. This is gathering, and here's the twist almost nobody expects. Gathering, not hunting, provided most calories for hunter-gatherer societies, sometimes 65 to 80% of total food intake. The dramatic mammoth hunt is the story we tell. Digging up tubers is the story that actually kept people alive. You crouch by dry, cracked earth. Your grandmother taught you which roots swell with starch underground, and which will make you sick. This knowledge lived entirely in memory, passed down and refined over tens of thousands of years, sometimes at the cost of someone's life. Every plant you can safely eat today, someone once tried first so you wouldn't have to. You dig. The root comes free, small and pale. Not much, but something. While digging, you're also listening. Anthropologist Polly Wiesner, who studied the Jew/Huansi for decades, documented how much daily life revolved around reading the landscape, tracking birds, noticing fruit ripening early. Not instinct, expertise. Here's where it gets interesting, though. Surviving today isn't the hard part. Tomorrow is. Hunter-gatherer groups survived scarcity through sharing, one of the most consistent findings in the anthropological record. Anthropologist James Sussman, who studied the Jew/Huansi's deep history of food and work, describes sharing not as charity, but as insurance. You feed someone today because tomorrow you're the one with the empty hand. This breaks the modern assumption. We imagine prehistoric life as brutal, every person for themselves, but groups that hoarded food didn't outcompete their neighbours. They collapsed faster since one bad hunt or one injury could end them. Groups that shared spread the risk. Sharing wasn't kindness, it was strategy, and it worked. So you walk back to camp, roots in hand. Someone else had better luck. Maybe fish, maybe fruit. It gets pooled. Children first, often. Elders too. The strongest hunter doesn't eat first just because he's strongest. That's a modern assumption projected backward onto people who live by different rules. Here's the counterintuitive twist. This chronic uncertainty wasn't just the enemy of survival. In some ways, it was the engine of it. Unpredictability forced early humans to build long-term memory for food sources, social bonds built on reciprocity, and language sophisticated enough to say, "Avoid that root, it made my cousin sick." Every one of those traits exists in your brain because ancestors who lacked them didn't survive long enough to pass them on. Food insecurity didn't just threaten humans, it shaped what a human is. Now think about your own relationship with food. You've probably never gone a full day without eating, unless you chose to, but your body still carries the wiring built for scarcity. That craving for something sweet or fatty when you're stressed. Not weakness. A brain still calibrated for a world where calories were never guaranteed. Checking the fridge one more time even when you know it's empty. Same wiring, different century. Even the instinct to bring food to a friend having a hard week is ancient. Not manners. Tens of thousands of years of insurance, still running quietly in the background, long after the original threat mostly disappeared. So the next time your stomach growls, or you feel that flicker of unease running low on groceries, notice it. That feeling is older than agriculture, a signal your body has carried for hundreds of thousands of years, refined across more lives than you could count. Most of them lived by people who never had a guaranteed next meal. Your stomach woke you up before your eyes did. Not hunger like skipping a meal. hunger like a message from every ancestor who felt it before you, and somehow, through skill, through sharing, through sheer stubborn adaptability, found a way through to the next day anyway.